Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Edith and I like to read books and yap about them to you guys. And I just started my weekend off with an everything shower and I'm about to put on makeup, so I'm gonna do that while I intro this video in. I was just sick for like a week or so, like a little less than a week. But it's finally Saturday, I'm feeling okay, my throat is a little bit sore, so I'm gonna try and keep this nice, short, easy, but I'm gonna have to talk in this video, so maybe we'll make a cup of tea or something. I made a video kind of like this. Actually, I think that we're gonna call this a part 2 to that video, but basically all about my hobbies other than reading. And I posted this video 9 months ago. I actually have it not playing because I just paused it, but I was gonna like look through it to see what I did specifically in that video. In today's video, we have 4 different hobbies. Now, 2 of them, maybe 3 of them were kind of in that last video, but I feel like it's good with like an updated sort of video on it and stuff like that. That was a lot of yapping, and I'm officially ready. I'm wearing makeup, I'm wearing a comfy little outfit. I am ready for a weekend full of hobbies. So let's just go into the kitchen and get started on the sourdough and then the cake. I totally forgot to say, one of my other biggest hobbies that I feel like I'm getting more into after I've moved is cooking. So I'm actually gonna take you guys back first to a few days ago in the kitchen when I was meal prepping these tortilla pancake things for lunch for the next couple of days. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get into the whole baking thing. That is really good. So I'm gonna eat this one, then I'm gonna make them. So I have 2 for lunch today, 2 for lunch tomorrow, and then maybe 1 more for breakfast, and then pack them up. But that was it, actually. So I will see you all once I'm done with this, because then we're gonna do schoolwork. We're officially in the kitchen. I need to pull up Saras' video really quickly here. So like I said, I'm gonna link that down below. So for the sourdough, I'm not gonna like talk you guys through it or anything, but for the cake, I'm gonna try and talk you guys through it and like actually show you guys what I'm doing for that. But let me turn on some light first of all. So I think I am going to just leave you guys here while I do a quick little montage of me putting together the sourdough. Actually, let's make a blueberry latte first, an iced blueberry latte first. And set a timer for an hour, and then while we do that, let's get started on the cake. All right, it is cake time. I thought first let's go over the idea and then explain to you guys that I don't have a recipe and this is gonna be very guesswork, but I'm gonna try and like talk you guys through it. So if you guys want to, you can make it. But like I said, we're gonna make, honestly, it's so hard because I don't know how to translate the specific word for this kind of cake. A layered cake. We're gonna make a layered cake. And in the layers, we're gonna make some whipped cream with lemon and some fresh raspberries. Along with that, I'm going to make a lemon curd, which that's the only thing I have a recipe for because I've never made a lemon curd before. Lemon curd, whatever. And then we're gonna, on top of it, just put some lemon slices and a little bit more fresh raspberries, along with some more whipped cream. So I think my idea is to honestly whip these two into whipped cream, which, yes, is a very big portion, but if there's too much for the cake, I have some cocoa, so we can make hot cocoa with it. And then after it's become a whipped cream, I think we're gonna use this and like mix it into the whipped cream along with some lemon zest and a little bit of lemon juice. And then we're going to pick through this one that looks a little bit bad, and then we're gonna use those for on top of the cake. Okay, the lemon curd. So let's just make what this recipe says. I'm gonna leave the recipe for the lemon curd down below, but it is a Danish recipe. In here, I have the juice of 1.5 lemon. So now I'm going to put in 3 eggs. And then I'm gonna use one of the lemons I already squeezed out. We need the zest for half a lemon. And remember, if you need to use lemon zest, use organic lemons. Please, for the love of God, because if they're not organic, chances are there's been anything poisonous sprayed on the zest or shell or whatever you want to call it. So now we need 200 grams of sugar. For this next part, I can tell I'm going to be overstimulated by trying to keep an eye out for it. So I'm gonna tell you guys the steps and then I'm just gonna quickly do it. So I need to whisk this together, heat it slowly up until it is 65 degrees. This is not Fahrenheit degrees, so do with that what you will. 65 degrees by like constantly stirring it. And then I need to add in 90 grams of butter. A little bit by a little bit. It says in like cubes. So I'm thinking I need to measure out 90 grams of butter, cut it into cubes, and then add like a cube at a time. And I need to make sure that it stays below 80 degrees. Need to pour it through a shifter, shift it, and then, all right, I just need to put it in a glass in the refrigerator until it's cold. And we're gonna do that while I then get started on everything else. So let's montage the shit out of that. All right, for the next part, I have this 2-liter bowl and a liter of whipping cream. So we're gonna put this into the bowl and make it into whipping cream, obviously. So, when you have your whipped cream, which we now do, it does look, unfortunately, like it's falling a little bit apart, but it's fine, whatever. So then I have 125 grams of raspberries in this, which I'm gonna look through them really quickly, pick out any that doesn't look that good, and then put the rest of them in to the whipped cream and mix that up. Once again, wasn't filming. I just put the raspberries in here. Honestly, there are not that many, but like I said, I think I want to like decorate the cake with them. So now I'm gonna put in half, like the juice from this half lemon, and then we're going to grate some of the zest from the other lemon into the bowl. morning. It is Sunday morning, and as you guys saw, I spent most of my morning, actually all of the morning, except for like baking sourdough, crocheting this goddamn top, which again, every time I hold it up, I'm like, it looks like a skirt. It is not, in fact, a skirt. It is a top, which I think it's time to maybe try this on. Sitting here right now, I'm like, that's a long one. We do have a lot of yarn left. I started listening to an audiobook and I was like, okay, we're gonna use an entire bowl of yarn and then we can take a break and say good morning to you guys. So I have exactly 6 balls of yarn in this color left. So like if I try this on now and I'm like, it fits, I'm gonna be a little bit angry because I want to be done. Yeah, I do. I want to be done. Also, no matter what, I have to start using another bowl because this is how much is left from when I stopped to where like the row ends. Great, and I do have to make straps, and I think I'm going to invest and buy some elastic so I can like sew elastic into the front here and maybe also down here where it like switches, because it's already become a little bit loose and yarn like this just stretches. So it would be very nice to be able to like make sure that it stays kind of snug on the top. So I was supposed to be with a friend today, but we canceled because the weather is not amazing, but it's great weather for a little hobby Sunday. So the hobby stuff continues. My first goal for today is to finish this. And like I said, I'm listening to an audiobook for my reading blog, which has been really great. It's been a while since I've had like a full day to just listen to an audiobook, read, and be creative. So we're also going to do a spread in my journal later because I really want to do that. But my goal number 1 is to finish this top. I am not going to stop until I've finished it. Quickly, I'll insert a clip of me trying it on, and then I will continue with the crocheting part of this video. All right, okay, I definitely feel like seeing it in like the camera viewfinder, I am being reminded that it definitely needs to be longer. I don't know, it's just something about the shape of it I think would be better if it had like a few more centimeters maybe of length on it, but also, like I said, I do think it would look even better if we had like an elastic or something in here, which right now it's falling down a little bit, and then possibly an elastic on the top. But honestly, I think it's easier to see after I've made like straps because they're obviously going to hold it up too. But I think I would like this fit a lot if the shirt was just a little bit longer. But good thing we do still have 6 more balls of yarn. So without further ado, let's get on with the crocheting. We're gonna cut open the sourdough. Yeah, it's about time, so let me get rid of some of this stuff. So there's room for us here. Oh my god, it looks so good, guys. I'm putting you guys down here and stepping back for 2 seconds to show you guys this loaf. First of all, it is like bigger this way, but it's also bigger like this than I think I've ever made it. And like, I didn't add that much extra. I added more starter, less water, and the same amount of flour that I would normally do. So it is definitely the technique that is amazing. Also, I'm gonna put you guys further down so you can actually see it on here. There we go. The knock test, you bring it up. You cannot tell me that that is not hollow as frick. So we have the photo. So let's do this. I'm a little bit nervous because normally I'm like so happy with how they look and I've been disappointed with like the process. This time I'm so happy with the process. So what if I open it up and it's like, I don't know, not done baking or something? But there's no better way to find out than cutting it. Ah, no, I don't want to look, I don't want to look, I don't want to look. How do I get it back? There we go. Okay. You guys get the first look. Does that look okay? I don't think it looks perfect, but I think it looks okay, doesn't it? Yeah. Kind of like I thought, not perfect, but like honestly, I know a lot of sourdough people are maybe watching this and they're like, well, you did this and this wrong. Feel free to respectfully leave your tips down below, but like in my eyes, this is a really nice loaf of bread. I know it's not perfect. I know some people like bigger, likes bigger air bubbles, is what I was trying to say. I need to turn off this oven before my pizza burns. Yeah, air bubbles. I know some people think a perfect sourdough has bigger air bubbles and like are less dense. I don't know what happens to always make my sourdoughs a little bit too dense. But like, I always love the taste of them. So we will taste this later. Alright, it is the next day and I didn't finish. I just did a workout, so if I look like I'm dying, that's why. I was an idiot and picked a I'll have inserted clips of it before this. So I was an absolute idiot and I decided to say, fuck beginner. Let's start off after like 2 weeks of not working out with a intermediate Pilates workout. And I'm dead. But I did not finish the top. I did, however, add in off camera this scalloped edge. You can see it right there. So we still need the straps. I did show you guys a clip of me trying it on. It's really cute. I am so annoyed that I didn't make it tighter in the chest area because it's getting very loose. But I am excited to see it with straps on. So at some point tonight, I need to take a shower first, but at some point tonight, I will mark off where to do the straps and then we'll make them tonight. So hopefully I'll finish this today, I want to say, and then we honestly might finish this video off here, or not, like once I finish this, we might finish it off with that. So enjoy the next little time lapse here. it is in fact time for the outro, but first I need to find the back of this. It's also inside out. And here we have the finished top. I did put in a clip of me trying it on, so this is just like courtesy to show you guys. I have some mixed emotions. I'm not happy with the top part. I feel like it looked very weird because I'm a little bit like broad here and like high here. So like the fact that it covers almost nothing is like, I can't figure out if maybe I would like it more with like straps like this, you know, like a halter top, or if I would like it better with thicker straps. But this is the way the top is supposed to be from the recipe. So technically we are done. I might also add in some elastic around the bottom and the top of here, up here and then down here to like make it more form-fitting. I do also know that since I started this top, I have gained a little bit of weight, which can be seen in my chest area. So like, obviously it's not going to fit exactly how I wanted it. Maybe it could have been longer, like this piece could have been longer because it is longer on like the girl in the video and stuff like that. But all in all, this is really pretty, and I do think with a little bit of tweaks to it, I would wear this. So I will call that a success. But with that said, I know we went a little bit over the weekend, but most of what I filmed and like focused on was the weekend. So thank you so much for spending a hobby-filled weekend with me. If you guys enjoy videos like this and you would like to see more of them, maybe more with crochet, maybe there's some other hobbies, maybe you have a favorite hobby and you would love to see a video of me trying out you guys' favorite hobbies, because I would love that. I'm always on the look for new hobbies, so let me know. And without further ado, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications so you get notified every single Saturday when I post a new video. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.